Gold Creek, Oregon wasn't a town people came to. People were born there, they worked, they aged, they died. Most had generations buried beneath the same pine-choked soil their kids now played in. In 1983, Gold Creek was barely on the map, a logging town with one school, 2 bars, and a secret that would rot in its gut for 40 years. On the night of August 17, 1983, Cassie Rourke and her high school sweetheart Billy Dean Tucker had gone to the Rusted Nail for drinks. It was their first night back in town after graduating from a 2-year college program in Eugene. Billy had ideas about moving to Boise, starting fresh. Cassie wasn't so sure. Several people saw them at the bar, laughing and kissing like high school was yesterday. Others remembered seeing a dark cloud settle over the evening when Cassie's ex, the town's chief of police, Roger Haskins, walked in. He was older, married, and had once been the object of more than one whispered rumor. But people in Gold Creek didn't gossip about the chief. Not if they knew what was good for them. By last call, Cassie and Billy were seen arguing with Haskins in the alley behind the bar. No one stepped in. The next morning, Billy's body was found in a turnout off Black Hollow Road, 3 gunshot wounds to the chest, and 1 to the neck. Cassie vanished. 2 days later, a hiker found her body in an abandoned mining shaft 6 miles out of town. She'd been strangled. Her wrists were broken. The town mourned. Hushed tones in diners and church basements circled like vultures. But no one was arrested. No charges filed. The investigation, managed internally by Gold Creek PD under Haskins himself, declared it a crime of passion by an unknown assailant. And just like that, the case went cold. In the fall of 2023, a new cold case initiative funded by the state began reviewing unsolved homicides from the 1980s. Gold Creek's long-buried case landed on the desk of forensic analyst Miranda Cole in Salem. A transplant from Chicago, Miranda had no roots in Oregon and even fewer illusions about the reliability of small-town justice. She read the file in one sitting. Inconsistent witness statements. Lost evidence logs. A missing autopsy photo of Cassie's body. And no explanation as to why Billy's gunshot wounds didn't match the police-issued weapons tested. When Miranda requested to exhume Billy Dean Tucker's body to run modern tests, the state approved it. On a wet October morning, under gray skies and the wheezing crank of an old backhoe, they unearthed his casket from the Gold Creek Cemetery. It was rusted shut. When the team pried it open, 3 things became immediately apparent. The casket was sealed with bolts not standard to the funeral home's practices. The interior was lined with thick rubber sheeting. Billy's head was not his. The body inside had Billy's identifying birthmark on the collarbone, the surgical scar from a football injury. But the head belonged to someone else. The features were older, possibly early 40s. The skin mummified from lack of oxygen, the hairline receded. Most haunting of all was that the eyes were still open. Miranda stepped back from the open coffin, heart hammering. The graveyard was silent, save for the whispering wind. She had no answers. But now she had a bigger mystery than when she'd started. Sheriff Daniel Rowe took the call that evening from the county coroner's office. "Dan, I think we found something." Or didn't. I'm not sure how to describe it. Within an hour, he was standing beside Miranda, staring at the exhumed body. "Jesus Christ," he whispered. "You sure this ain't a mistake?" Miranda shook her head. "DNA will confirm it, but the body's torso and limbs match Billy Tucker. This head, though wrong age, wrong dental, and the stitching? It's like someone did a home job switcheroo." Rowe rubbed his jaw. Roger Haskins died in 2001. Stroke. Buried up on Ridge Hill. Miranda gave him a look. "Can I see that grave too?" 2 days later, they dug up Haskins. His casket was pristine. His body? Headless. No official record existed of Haskins being autopsied or embalmed. The death certificate claimed cremation, clearly untrue. Miranda felt nausea creep into her chest. Was it possible the head in Billy's casket belonged to Haskins? Word spread through Gold Creek like wildfire soaked in gasoline. People came out of the woodwork. An old bartender recalled Haskins storing evidence in a freezer below the station. A retired EMT remembered bruises on Cassie's neck that didn't match strangulation, they looked like a bite. Miranda and Rose started piecing together a theory. Someone had gone to great lengths to hide something supernatural, something impossible. Then a second body turned up. A hiker stumbled upon a hollowed-out bunker near the old mining shaft. Inside were bones, dozens of them, catalogued and stacked in shallow shelves. Some had names scratched into tin tags wired to their rib cages. Cassie's tag read, "Property of R.H." Miranda's world turned sideways. This wasn't just murder, she whispered. It was harvesting. 1 week later, the forensic lab returned DNA results on the head found in Billy's casket. It was a partial match to Roger Haskins, his brother, who had vanished in 1975. Miranda unearthed old photographs of the Haskins family and discovered that Roger had a twin, Samuel, presumed drowned in a boating accident. The body was never recovered. Then someone broke into the Gold Creek mortuary. Security footage showed a tall figure in a funeral director's coat walking through the embalming room at 3:23 a.m. The man stopped, turned toward the camera, and smiled. His eyes were wrong. Too dark. Too deep. The next day, the casket holding Billy's body was found desecrated, the corpse missing entirely. Roe resigned. Miranda stayed. She kept working in secret, moving into the local and under a false name. Night after night, she returned to the mining shaft. She documented what she could. She mapped the bones. She took samples. On the winter solstice, Miranda disappeared. Her rental car was found idling near the Lennox trailhead. The passenger seat held a cassette recorder playing a woman's voice. "Don't let them find my head. That's how he keeps living. That's how he sings in their sleep." Cassie Rourke's voice. A man named David Haskins, a name not on any town record, now runs the Gold Creek Funeral Home. He offers services no one else does, full preservation. He guarantees your loved one will remain lifelike, forever. Every so often, visitors claim to see movement behind the display glass. And on cold nights, down near the mining shaft, if you listen carefully, you might hear something that isn't the wind. The rattle of bone. The hum of a tune. The whisper of someone else's voice in your mouth. And